Oh, hey there, everybody. This is Randy Dalton coming to you from R&B Properties. Today, I want to talk about springtime. March break is behind us. We're well into April. Easter is come and gone. Days are starting to get longer. Weather's starting to get a little bit warmer. I know I've already spent a few days out on the deck enjoying a nice dinner at the end of the day. So, definitely warmer times to come. Think of spring. What does spring mean to you? Spring cleaning comes to mind. For us here at R&B Properties, spring means spring inspections. I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that we look at during our spring inspections. This is going to help our clients. This is going to help individuals that are thinking about becoming our clients. This is also something that can help a homeowner. So if you're any one of those three, do continue to give a listen. But before I move on to that, I do want to talk very quickly, a couple of administrative matters. Number one, we're always looking for comments. We're always looking for thumbs up, thumbs down. If you don't like the content, we really do look at that and use that to improve our content over time. The other thing is comments. If you have questions, if I've covered something off a little bit too fast, you've got some questions for me, feel free to put it in the comments section. Happy to reply to that. Or send me an email. If you've got my contact information, you can always go to our website. As well, with regards to administrative matters, we're always looking for new subscribers. We're always looking to build our audience. So if you like this content, do think about it. Do subscribe to the channel. You will get notification when new videos are up. And I try to put up at least one, if not a couple of videos every month. So today, let's talk about spring. Let's talk about spring for R&B Properties, which means spring inspections. One of the big things that we're looking at for springtime and our spring inspections is we spend a lot of time outdoors. A lot of people think of spring in terms of spring cleaning. That can mean just raking up some old leaves, raking up some old garbage and debris that's built up over the wintertime. That could mean cutting back some hedges and shrubs and trees just to make the property more presentable or more accessible. So if you have those types of situations, do definitely take a look at that. That's something that we do every spring. Try to get ready for nice summertime weather that's coming soon. In addition to taking a look at that, one of the big things that we look at is water. We want to get water running away from the house. Water is our friend. We can't live without it. But water is also our enemy. When you think about the house, water is a huge enemy for us. Water and its erosive capabilities can wreak havoc on a house. So you want to make sure that you're getting water away. A couple of things that you look at in terms of making sure that that's happening. Number one, your eaves troughs. I can tell you from our perspective, leaves have collected over time. The water just kind of sits there. Now some of my eaves trough literally have holes like every 6 inches. So water is not even getting to the downspout and getting away from the house. It's actually dripping all along the side of the house. So something that definitely needs to be taken care of. I would strongly suggest homeowners or people that are managing their own properties, get up on a ladder. Make sure that you clean out all the leaves from last fall, and make sure that when water hits those eaves troughs, it's carrying itself away and getting out of there, not being left around where it can start rusting things out and causing you bigger problems. So clean out your eaves troughs. That's number one. Number two, downspouts. Make sure that they're properly tied in. Make sure that they're properly connected. The whole idea of the downspout is to get water from the eaves trough down towards the ground. Make sure that the water is staying inside that downspout and getting down towards the ground. Once that ends up happening, don't stop there. You don't want water discharging right beside the house. As a minimum, you want to have an elbow on there. So it's going to take that water that's coming down with quite a bit of speed, quite a bit of force, and hit that elbow and shoot it away from the house. Even just an elbow can often, shoot the water away 2 or 3 feet, which is perfect. Better, if you can, is to take a downspout and put it laterally at the end of that elbow in order to be able to carry the water away. You don't need to get it 8 feet away. You don't need to get it 10 feet away. The optimal distance is to get it 2 to 3 feet away. So if you've got the landscape to be able to do that, if you don't have like a walkway that you're going to be blocking with that, definitely have a look at and do that if you can. So that's number 2. Number 3, with regards to water, grading. Grading. With grading, you're literally the magic formula is 1 inch down, 12 inches away. Okay. So what that means is, and again, I said, kind of the optimal distance is to get the water 2 to 3 feet away from the house. So that's what you're looking at. You're wanting to see 2 to 3 feet away from the house, a drop 1 inch for every 12 inches. What does that mean? Well, if you look at the ground where it hits the foundation, and then you go 2 to 3 feet away, you want to see that drop has been 2 to 3 inches in total. If it's not, fix it, right? Raise the earth if you can by just adding extra earth there by the foundation in order to be able to get that grading, that runoff. The big thing is you're going to get water, you're going to get rain, it's going to fall. The eaves trough's going to do its thing, downspout's going to do its thing, the elbow's going to do its thing, the lateral downspout's going to do its thing, but water's also going to collect on the ground. And you want to make sure that it doesn't collect and pool there, because if it collects and pools, it's going to sift in through the earth, and then it's got the potential for coming into your basement. Not something that you want to have happen, right? So the big thing is to get that grading so that water is going to run along the surface. It's going to run away from the house before it starts settling into the earth. And 2-3 feet away, you're going to be in good shape, right? Short of a flood, you're going to be in good shape. We don't have floods all that often. So that's the thing to look at as far as water is concerned. Another thing that we take a look at is windows and doors. Just double check, make sure everything is working properly. Your doors open and close, your windows open and close. The windows exist. There's no missing glass. There's no broken glass. If there is, make sure that you get those things fixed. Big issue is screens. This is a perfect time to take a look at all the screens on the house. In many municipalities, it's building code. You got to have a screen. It's a nice thing to have for your tenants. They want, in the warmer weather, rather than turning on the air conditioning, they're going to want to open the windows. They're not going to open the windows if there's holes and tears in those screens. You're going to get bugs coming in, right? So you want to make sure that those screens are in good order. Where necessary, replace them or repair them. There's many repair kits available at the different hardware stores that exist out there. All right. Another thing to look at is your roofs. Now, this is specific to asphalt. You don't have to worry if you've got a metal roof. But for asphalt shingles, you want to take a look at those shingles. Look to see if you see any curling. If there's any curling happening whatsoever, that's not a good thing. Once those shingles start to curl, that's a signal I'm at the end of my life. It's time to look at replacing that roof. Get a hold of a couple of roofers and get some quotes and get that taken care of. But not just that, also take a look at if there's missing shingles. And there's a couple ways of doing that. Number one, it's always best to take a look at the roof line if you can see it, or get up there and take a look at the roof just to make sure that you don't have any missing shingles. It does happen, with spring, fall, winter windstorms that we can have. Oftentimes shingles will go flying off, and those need to be repaired or replaced. Another way of doing that, if you can't get access up, is to just walk around your property. Oftentimes when shingles are blowing off, you're going to find them a few feet away from the house, 10, 15, 20 feet away. If you walk the property, you can very quickly see, oh my God, I've got, half a dozen shingles on the ground. It's probably an indication that you or one of your neighbors' roofs are starting to have some issues, and they're going to need some repairs. Another thing to take a look at is your exterior siding, whatever it is. Especially with vinyl and aluminum siding, take a look at that, because often you can have separation, and if there's separation at the joints, it's a great place for water to be able to get in. And remember, I said water is our enemy. You want to keep it away from the house. You want to keep it outside, not inside. So make sure, if you do have any separation with vinyl or aluminum siding, get that taken care of right away. For brick siding, you still want to take a look at it. It can happen from water, from erosion. You can have damage occur to brick. A building inspector once told me, and it was a great analogy. He said, think of a brick like a loaf of bread. There's the crust of that loaf of bread which protects it, and once that crust disappears, there's literally nothing left over. So that's the way a brick is. If the exterior is damaged in any way, shape, or form, if it's cut or just erosion from water, if that crust disappears, that brick is going to crumble in no time whatsoever. So you really want to take a good look at your brick and make sure that everything is taken care of there, and repair anything that's necessary. Last thing is, take a look at, and this is just on the safety side of things, just take a look at your walkways, right? Make sure that you don't have any trip hazards going on, especially if it's a rental property. You want to make sure that your tenants are safe and well taken care of. So if there is a need for, leveling, if it's patio stones, it's fairly easy to lift up a patio stone or two, put a little bit of extra soil down, sand would be best, and then put that patio stone back down. If it's bigger concrete pads, there are companies out there, literally they drill a hole in the concrete pad and they can pour like a hydraulic cement in, which basically goes under and lifts up the concrete pad, leveling it again for you. So there's some neat ways of being able to do that depending on your walkways. Definitely is something that you want to take care of. Another thing to take a look at is just very quickly your railings, your handrails, your steps. We do have one property right now. It's concrete steps, and the concrete steps have deteriorated. They're literally starting to crumble. You can just touch them and they start falling apart. So that's something that needs to be repaired. Also take a look at your railings and your handrails. Just give them a quick shake and make sure that they're still solid and able to support a person, an individual. So I think that's it. That's it for us as far as our spring inspections are concerned. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me. You can go to our website, rnbproperties.ca. That's R-A-N as in Norman, D as in David, B as in Bob, properties.ca. From there, you can send me an email message. You can give me a call. I think there's also access to my calendar if you want to book a Zoom appointment just to have a conversation around your particular situation. I'm happy to do that for anybody out there. And of course, if you have the need for someone to come in and do an inspection or do some repairs, R&B Properties is there to be able to help you as well. That's it for now. Until next time, everybody stay safe. Things are getting better out there. Everybody stay safe until next time. Okay? Bye for now.